Hi Salater, you are so blessed. Let's go. Yeah, I can imagine. Congrats. And what were you on? I don't remember, because you have found Mr. Mime, but I don't remember the target you went for after the Mr. Mime. Oh yeah, we're going for like Smeargle or Zatu, yeah? Oh, Natu, yeah, not Zatu. Super nice. Where the percentage is like 90% Naru and 10% Smeargle? By the way, was your target, was Smeargle your target, or, I mean, or are you fine with both of them? Alright. By the way, super congrats. Are you gonna do other phases in there? Or are you just gonna leave the area? Hi Peso. Good evening. Alright, that's a good round. All good, all good. Salater, how far are you into the game? I mean, how much do you have to play through the game to get to Snorlax? Okay, so how are you doing with your Darkrai? Yeah, it is fair to be like scared of a possible fail, but I assure you that you are gonna notice it. It has to be like super slight the difference not to be noticed. Even for Zapdos, so many people like go like paranoid about it, but in the end, I mean, if you got the comparison right after, it is of course pretty easy, but in the end, you're gonna notice it. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, in Gold and Soul Silver, it doesn't really block the game. I mean, you are still able to fight other badges, but at some point you will have to use the Poke Flute, because if not, you can't get to complete like the gyms. So yeah, it blocks it. Oh. Alright. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you have two chances. You have to fight the first one, and then the second one you can just keep it there. Just as I did. I'm keeping one Snorlax in my Fire Red and Leaf Greens. But I think that Salater was referring to Gold and Soul Silver, by the way. Yeah, I actually did so. I got a Paras in every single fired and leaf green that I got. I mean, it is a Parasax right now. That was a good move. Smeargle is such an insane Pokemon. Like, the mechanic behind him is incredible. I'm such a fan of that Pokemon. Yeah, it is actually a cool concept if you think about it. I mean, having like this squad of all shiny Pokemons, that is, I mean, and the aim of that squad is to catch other shiny Pokemons. It's kind of cool as an idea. It is also one of my favorite Pokemons. I don't know if it is in my top 10, because I haven't. I mean, I've never done a top 10 of my favorite Pokemon of all times, but it is a good one. I will hunt for 2 Smeargles in my Emerald in the future. I got 2 Emeralds and I don't have the tool that it is needed to transfer the Pokemons, so I will hunt for a shiny Smeargle in both of my 2 Emerald files. Because I don't have a Smeargle in 3rd gen and I want it, but I already got 4 shiny Smeargles in gen 4, but I got all of them with the Pokeradar. Yeah, I will hunt Smeargle in the 100% encounter rate in the cave in Pokemon Emerald. And I will have to find 2 of them, because I wanna get 1 in each game, in each Emerald. That would be cool, but I still don't know when I will hunt for it, sadly. It might be within a year, as far as I know. It is not in my closest plans. Let's hope to. Hi Nocto. I don't know, as I said in the previous stream, I feel like I'm getting it before 40Ks. I don't feel like I'm hitting 40Ks, but I don't know. 33,000, still not enough, in my opinion. I mean, you can hunt in Ruby even if the batteries are dry. You just have to hunt for like random encounter sounds and save every time you end a session. In order for the frames not to repeat. Yeah. Still not the best because you can't soft reset for them, but I mean, you can at least random encounters. At least random encounter for them. Hi Thiago. Yeah, because the starters, I mean, you have to soft reset for the starters, and when you soft reset, this same frame is just gonna be in a sort of loop. The difference between a soft reset and a random encounter round is that you can actually save every time you end an hunting session, and by doing so, you are making progresses in the game. I mean, the cartridge is gonna read it in this way, so the frames are not gonna be repeated. Yeah, you can also change the battery, but I think that if he hasn't done it already, he doesn't want to like touch the cartridge. I don't know. I mean, I know people that don't wanna do so just because they are, I mean, it is an old cartridge from their childhood, they don't wanna like ruin it. Because if it is the first time you change the battery, I mean, it's not easy. I haven't changed any battery, I mean any of those batteries in my life, of those games. So I mean, but I suppose it's difficult at the beginning, but you're just gonna learn how to do it. Ciao Lux. No, it doesn't work if you are gonna soft reset for the hunt. By the way, if you check it out on YouTube, there are so many tutorials that explain how does this thing work, but the problem is that if you soft reset, I mean, if you save and then encounter a Pokemon and then soft reset, the problem with the RNG in these games is that it is gonna repeat the same Pokemon that you have already seen, because you can't make progresses in the file if you soft reset without like saving, and that's the difference between the random encounters. By the way, I suggest you to check it out on YouTube, because people like get all the in and outs of this topic in their videos. It will take time actually. Even if it is in the, I mean, in BDSP, it will take time for sure. Yeah, that might be an idea. I also think that, I mean, you can just drop the cartridge to someone that does it for you without like asking too much, too many money. Yeah, feel free to suggest whatever you want. But I mean, I don't think I will change this like playlist, or I don't think I will like put anything in it, just because this one works good with the copyright. I mean, it doesn't have copyright, so I just don't wanna get like in trouble with those things, and this playlist works. So, oh yeah, that one is a cool one. But I mean, there are so many super cool hosts that that are not in this playlist, sadly. But it's pretty difficult to find them like copyright free. But I mean, in the end, I think that this one is a super good playlist actually. I'm vibing it so much, and it is also plenty of different tracks. Let's go. Can't wait to see you finding this starter. Because I wanna see you hunting for the Shinjo Giratina. I've never listened to them. I mean, I've never played to XD, and I've also never seen any video about it. So I have no clue. By the way, also the bug contest is such a cool area to hunt in. Still have to study the whole thing just to see the percentages and I mean all that stuff. But it would be cool to do a couple phases in there in the future. There are so many things that I wanna hunt in the future. I think that the whole lifetime I got won't be enough to hunt for everything I want to hunt. No, bro, don't quit Darkrai. Don't. You're gonna get rewarded. Trust me. I mean, I think I could never get bored of seeing Darkrai coming across my screen. There are too many things I wanna hunt. I really need for like the shinies that I'm going to find like after these Latios are gonna clutch it, and like I find them in 1,000 encounters really. I'm so like behind with my plans. I mean, it's fair. By the way, how many devices were you hunting it on? Weren't you single hunting for it? Or am I wrong? but by doing so, it is gonna get his revenge, and you are gonna wait for him to come even more. Yeah, white would have been amazing on it. I'm such a fan of white as a color on shinies. It would have been great. Maybe not like a pure white, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I should. It's difficult to think about a white Darkrai, by the way, because it would look good, but in my opinion, it would be missing something. I don't know. I should see it like on Photoshop, and then I would be able to judge. Yeah, I mean, I wish also the regular Gengar. I mean, the Gengar was also white, not only the Mega. Yeah, it would literally be a Premier Ball. That's true. At that point, you would be forced to to catch it in a Premier Ball. By the way, I think that there are so few of them, so few white shiny Pokemons. That's a shame, because I mean, they look good. I don't know. Let's see. No, it is not free, but I'm using a software that is named Photopea. That is a sort of like Photoshop, but I mean a boneless Photoshop that is free. That's why I'm using it, like to make my thumbnails and I mean, not the thumbnails, because I'm doing the thumbnails with Canva, but the layouts, the graphics. So I think that you could use it and it would be the same. It is actually the same as Photoshop, but Photoshop works better, as far as I know, because I never used it. But it should work better. By the way, I really think that if you just need to Google like white Darkrai, and 100% someone has already done it and posted it. I'm pretty sure. By the way, every time I see the Latias on the screen and I see the like timid nature, that feels so good. I hope so much that I'm gonna get a timid Latios, just to have both of them timid. Do you mean like, I mean, if the green part of Latios was white, it would, I mean, all the Pokemon would be white. I don't think it would be that great. If I got your point. I think it too, Peso. And they are not the only one. There is also me. Yeah, it would be a bit awkward actually. I didn't thought about like it being, I mean, I didn't consider it as naked before you said it. It is actually true. It would be so bad. I mean, that's the same for Larias. Naked legendaries. Bro, I literally, I mean, let me let me talk about it, because I discovered, I mean, the thing that you said, Thiago, about the Larios and Larias colors is the same for the regular ones. Like the triangle in the middle of Larias like chest is blue, and I literally noticed it like 3 months ago when I started hunting for them. No, I don't think we're gonna get to that number. I'm just gonna do another hour and then I'm gonna go off stream because I gotta wake up early tomorrow and I have to sleep 8 hours. By the way, it was so mind-blowing to me when I realized that the two colors of of Larios and Larias, and also Shiny Larios and Shiny Larias were inverted. My brain was lagging. I like dropped an Instagram story about it, and because I realized it for the shiny ones at the beginning, so I dropped an Instagram story about it. And like 10 minutes after, I realized that it worked also for the regular ones. But at least, and it hurted me, I was not the only one that didn't notice such a cool particular. Yeah, I think that right now it is also like demanding, why am I like talking to Larios from 3 months straight? He's just like standing there thinking, why isn't he catching it and leave? I mean, yo, that's a good coincidence actually. If that's a coincidence, we don't know. But I never thought about it. There might actually be a, like, they might be linked. I don't know. Togekiss might just be a boneless Larios or Larios. Yeah, I think it would work in that way actually. Someone subscribed. Thank you so much if you're in the stream. Appreciated that so much. Happy you enjoy. By the way, guys, I can't explain you how much I'm in love with Togekiss. And it is also super strong. I love it. It is also fairy in Gen 6, so... Yeah, they are super related actually. I think the same. It would be an incredible crossover. Like Larios and Larias being related to the Togekiss line. And like depending on the stone you were giving to Togetic, it was evolving in Larios / Larias / Togekiss. It would have been good. I mean, not good, but cool. What is the bug on percentage in the area you are hunting for it? Hi Pokemon. It might take a while then. How many passions do you have today? I hope not enough to make you not able to follow the stream. I mean, let me at least introduce him to the topic. So we were just talking about an eventual like Larios that instead of being green, the shiny form was completely white. Don't ask me why. It was Thiago's idea. It's not on me. And I think that we kinda agreed on it being, I mean, bad actually. Bro, what is happening to the chat of this stream? We went from talking about food to talk about this thing. I mean, I hope I'm not finding any shiny until the chat on the layout scrolls. It would be like a bit embarrassing to upload a video, like a video reaction with this chat. I mean, I almost did for Larios in the end. I mean, imagine like Larios. I mean, the gray Larios that is on the screen right now. If it was this shiny form, it would be strange. But if only the eyes were different from being gray, it would actually be okay. Yeah, 33Ks. That's how it goes. Whenever I get to these numbers, I kinda like to think about the fact that I'm at 33Ks right now means nothing, because I could really go on like up to 50Ks, that the odds are always the same. Bro, a white Tentacool would be good actually, in my honest opinion. I pressed the Latios button by mistake. With like a bit of shadow, I mean, it would be good actually. I mean, it is almost like white. It is super light, the purple that it got. But I mean, Tentacool is still good as a shine. Don't even wanna cover it. By the way, the streams of this week seem to be like smoother than the other times. I mean, I also used to crash a couple times in the past, but it has been a week that I haven't... I mean, I've never dropped any frame. I mean, as far as I've noticed, but I regularly check the dropping frame from OBS. So, kinda thankful. Yo, let's go. You already got to it. And on how many devices are you? I mean, I suppose you're double hunting for it, or more. I don't remember how many devices were you using while hunting for the game corners. Oh, by the way, I had to skip like a soft reset for Latios because I pressed the button by mistake before, so I don't have to count this one. Alright, good luck on it. Let's get the shiny number 12 of this 2024. By the way, I feel like I'm finding Tentacool before Latios. I'm pretty sure about it. Yeah, this host is broken. There are like 3 or 4 of them in this playlist that are bangers. And Thiago knows it. The Lavender Town one, I mean remixed, broken. X and Y were plenty of super good hosts. I would cry. I mean, I'd love to get such a cool number, but it won't happen because I'm like pressing. I mean, I'm going from 2 to 2 soft resets every time, so I'm not gonna hit that exact number. I'm gonna hit like 33Ks and 334 or 340 and 32. Not 33, sadly. I could do the same actually. I mean, after all this effort, it has to be a timid one. I mean, I had to win that 50-50. Another round that I wanna do again, apart from Darkrai, because I don't like to hunt the same thing again. But if I haven't had that one on like live, there are Pokemons that I wanna go for again. For example, Darkrai, but also Lugia and OO. I got a live OO. It was not with the capture card, but because of the fact that I want to go for another Lugia, just because it is, I mean, the mascot of the channel, I might go for a double Lugia and a double OO, like together, just as these Latios and Latios, and it would be cool actually. I think that these two, together with Darkrai, might be the only one that I will hunt for, and that I've already found. I don't think that there are others apart from them, because I also got the whole Lake Trio, so Azelf, Yuxi and Mesprit, and the only one that I got on camera was Mesprit, so I don't have the whole trio on camera, but I mean, I don't really care about the Lake Trio, I already got it. I'm not even that fan of that trio, so I'm not gonna go for them again. I mean, there are so many things I have to go for before them, so yeah, it is my longest hunt. The previous one was Whismur, 31Ks, just as it is wrote in the right part of the screen, and the record got broken. Lugia got such an incredible sprite in 3rd gen. I'm in love with it. I've recently seen someone finding it, and it looks majestic in that, like in that pose. No, I'm pressing them individually. I don't have any controller mod, and I'm okay with it. I like pressing the buttons. Yeah, I mean, you went for an uncountable number of guillotines. I really can't answer if I prefer the 4th gen or 3rd gen sprite of Lugia. I'm in love with both of them, but I'm more used to see the one in Gen 4, so I mean but I don't know, I really like both of them actually. I have these, I mean, I have the memory of that Lugia coming across the screen, like being pink. That memory will never leave my mind. Yeah, also Suicune. Yeah. No, I mean, with my two hands, it is pretty easy to press all the buttons together. The most important thing that you have to do when you are setuping an hound is, I mean, not the most important thing, but an important key factor is how the consoles are like placed on the desk. You don't have to put all of them like straight, like, I mean, I already showed you in the past how I am putting my consoles. It depends. It goes from hound to hound, but I'm gonna show it to you again. Just gonna take a picture. That's how I'm placing the consoles. So I'm like using, I mean, I'm able to press everything without moving my hands, and also without moving my shoulders, and it is optimal in my opinion. But I mean, it depends on the buttons you have to press. Depending on it, you will like place the devices in a different way. Thinking about it, I don't know what is the shiny I was the most hyped for. It might be Lugia, But because I was in like during a lesson in smart working when I was in high school, I couldn't like scream. I mean, even if the mic was muted, people would have still been able to see my face. So I was super like, I mean, I was containing the whole emotion, the whole storm of emotions. But I don't know, I remember that when I found my first Sinnoh starter, that was Chimchar, I was super hyped. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, green is definitely not the luckiest color for me actually. Every time that green appears, I'm going over 30Ks, it seems. But let me think about my most like huge reaction, because I was super hyped when I found my Darkrai, but not in a super particular way. Yeah, thank God I didn't do like Pharaoh. But I remember it as if it were yesterday. As soon as I've seen Lugia, I grabbed my sister arm, and I told her I found Lugia, because she knew what I was doing and that I was hunting for it. Because I told her that I was doing this crazy thing, because at the time it was a crazy thing for me, because at the time I was just a method hunter. I've never done any fullodds hunt before that Lugia. And yeah, I told my sister that I was finally going for something crazy, and then I found it, and she were just right near, super close to me. It was crazy actually. It is also super good. I'm talking about the Oxys forms. The regular form in 3rd gen looks so good. Like the tentacles in one end that is pointing toward the opponent. Super badass actually. Hi Eli. No, sadly at the time and also now I don't have any friend that plays Pokemon or that owns. I don't have any friend IRL that I hang out with. But at the time, my friends were not playing the game, but I told them when I started hunting, and a lot of them were super hyped, and every time I was finding a shiny off camera, when I was not on Europe yet, I was sending them pics over pics, and they were also super hyped actually. But they've never hunted. But yeah, in the end, I was just sending them a picture and saying, "Yo, shiny Darkrai," and that was it. Actually, it was not a super a party. I would have loved to have someone to shiny hunt with. I could. It would be incredible actually to be together watching a film or anything literally, and having 4 consoles in front of us. I'd love to do such a thing. Or also, now that I got a YouTube channel, even inviting someone and hunting together. For example, I got 4 capture cards, so me hunting in 2 of them and another person friend of mine hunting in other 2 of those. I'd love such a thing. Yeah, we are so many. We got all the crew today. Let's go. Yeah, the pub park feels so nostalgic. That's true. And also being able to see like these sparkles of Pokemons that you are not used to see sparkles with. For example, when I transferred over my 3 starters from Kanto, they were like starters when I transferred them over. And when I've seen like the shiny Charmander popping up with like the sparkles from Gen 3, but the sparkles went from Gen 4, of course. I don't know. I was kinda not expecting it, even if I knew, of course, that it was gonna get the sparkles, but... I mean, imagine like being in the middle of, I mean, of that place with like a desk, people that were walking like towards us, and we were just hunting. Imagine. That would be like too much, actually. Hunting like in the middle of the street. I mean, not in the middle of the street, but like with people around you. Yeah. I mean, imagine like a 70 years old person that comes by and see you playing with 8 devices. I think that I don't know. she or he might like die of an heart attack. I don't know. Imagine seeing a person that is hunting with 8 devices and you like don't know the format at all. It would be mind-blowing, actually. Thank you for being with us. Have a good one. Bye bye, Peso. If I could do so, I would be doing it already, but I only have 2 heart gold, so I can't go for more Latioses. It is the roaming one in Soul Silver. That's just because they did so to make people be able to complete the Pokédex, so that if they got Soul Silver, they're gonna get the Latios by doing the roamer, and then with the event they're gonna get the Latios. I was wondering the same thing in the previous stream, but we didn't come up with a real conclusion in the end. As far as I understood, there are people that went over 100Ks. I don't know. I mean, it is not. I mean, in Italy, it is a bit less expensive. I could get away with another cartridge with like 45/50 euros. But I'm not going to do so just because, I mean, I'm not buying another cartridge just for these Latios. Because all the cartridges that I got, I mean, I studied the best number of each cartridge that I could get, and with my setup 2 and 2 is the best. And another problem about like getting another Ergol cartridge is that it's not like that I'm buying a cartridge and then I'm already at Latios. I should play through the game and get to Latios. That, I mean, it's not that long, it's not that, like, I know, but I mean, I might find Latios before completing the game, actually. By the way, I'm not getting another one. Not because of the fact that it's long to play through the game, just because I don't need it. And I don't wanna add things that I don't need. I bought other diamonds for my Eterna Forest account, but there are other reasons why. Apart from the Eterna Forest, I also went out for the Stanky in there. And yeah, that's it. And it is pretty effortless because you don't have to play that far into the game to get to Stanky and the Eterna Forest, so it was easy to do in the end. But to do like things in a proper way, I should be buying other 2 heart golds, not only 1, because I got 4 capture cards, so the optimal way would be or going on with 2 or going up to 4 without passing through the 3rd one. I don't know if you got my point, but I mean, it's pretty confused, but I have no clue about what a reversal is, but we are referring to the most encounters done without a single shiny. And I mean, I know nothing about the amount you wrote, but I don't really think that someone went over 300,000 in Pokemon's world without getting any shiny. Accepted the deal. Alright. The deal is accepted. But was that amount, I mean, were all the 200,000 encounters done without a single shiny? Because that's the point. Because if the point is that we are just gonna go for a 1% or like a 2% in an area and not counting all the other shinies that you got, that's not the same actually. Yeah, we were talking about the I mean, we were talking about a scenario in which someone hasn't found a single shiny until like this shiny that came up after like 100,000. But I'd love to know the longest ever round done. But I mean, in the end, I think that it doesn't even count as a record, because in the end, if you are not, I mean, if you didn't stream the whole round, you could just upload your video and start your counter from 70,000 encounters, and then find it like at 71,000 and say I got it after 70,000, even if you didn't. And that is actually a thing. I don't really think that someone is that bad to do such a thing, but I mean, it can be done. So I mean, I would consider a record a real record only if it was like streamed the whole round, because if not, like, you can't really tell if they really did that record. Bye bye, Tiago. Have a good one. Thank you so much. And enjoy your holidays. When you will come back, at that point we might have already found Latios. I mean, I hope to. I mean, I at the same time hope to and don't hope to. I wanna push it, like, as far as I can. I wanna have a huge record. I'm gonna do a sort of reverse psychology just to get the Latios sooner. Just kidding. Oh, right. Yeah, I just misunderstood. I mean, that's fair. Bye bye. Yeah, but at that point, if you didn't count the encounters, it doesn't count. I mean, it should be like a feature in the Pokemon games, like a sort of, I don't know, a sort of little register in which the game like tracks how many resets you have done for every Pokemon. I know that it is impossible, because if you are not saving the file every time, it shouldn't be able to track down everything, but it would be an incredible feature actually, because first of all, you wouldn't have the needing of like pressing the buttons or like tracking them on paper. And also because you would have the proof of how many encounters you have done without streaming. And that's also fair. Oh, really? And what does it track? I mean, does it really track the soft resets? I mean, can you explain to me how does it work? Something that you can do is also with the Pocket app should be named, the one from Platinum. If you are random encountering, you can just press the button on the touch screen, but by doing so you would have to save every time you end a session. It's not a deal because I mean it's effortless to save after the session, but you have to press every time the touch screen in every single device you're hunting on, so I don't know. But I mean, oh, the random encounters. Oh, for the I'm used to call encounters even the soft resets. I mean, I call encounters everything, and then if I go like more specific into it, I name them like random encounters, soft resets, and that's it. By the way, it's alright. I didn't know it. Didn't know you could you could track the fishing encounters automatically. That's good to know. I mean, I think that's a feature that I will never use, but that's good to know. Another little piece of knowledge about the 4th-gen games in the bag. By the way, I'm gonna hunt for other 20 minutes and then I'm gonna go off stream. Let me ask you something. Why did you hunt for a shiny Finneon? Might it be Jubilife series? I mean the first series in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. I mean the Pocket app was generated in that series, so I just asked to Lux why did he why did he hunt for a Finneon? Because it looks, I mean, not good in my opinion. I have no clue actually. And it is kinda bad that Game Freak shiny locked that many Pokemons, especially like the legendaries in Gen 5. I mean, why would you do that? Something that I would love to do is hunting for a shiny Victini in Gen 5, but I still haven't unlocked the events in Gen 5, so I don't know if that one is one of the events you can unlock, but it should be. I don't remember actually. I've seen the video about the events like so many years ago, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I don't remember. And I've never unlocked them in Gen 5, but even if I could unlock them, I still couldn't go for a Victini. because you have to remove the shiny lock, and that's pretty sad actually. What is the point on shiny locking Pokemons? Are they fearing that we are gonna waste too much time on them? I don't know. But also for Zekrom and Reshiram, it makes me so mad actually. I'm super glad that they didn't do so for, like, I mean, Pokemons in Gen 4. Just as the Luxury Ball. Such an underrated Pokeball in my opinion. Super good one. And another Pokeball that I'm in love with is the Eel Ball, because it drops the double shiny sparkle. It is incredible actually. Super good. I don't really like it as a Pokeball, I mean the design, but there are so many Pokemons that it fits so good with it. For example, Moltres and also Magmortar. By the way, I've never thought about your name, I mean, in that way. It is even cooler right now. I think I will get to 33,300 today. Oh, then that's a perfect name at that point. It works good actually. By the way, which are the games of the Generation 9? I mean, I know the names of all the new Pokemon games, but I don't really know the ones that... I mean, which of them belongs to what generation? I mean, Gen 9... Oh, Scarlet and Violet, alright. Yeah, bro, you know, I'm not even keeping track anymore of... I mean, every time is like the same for me. They just say, oh, we are dropping the new generation, we are dropping this game, and then I say, alright. But I mean, I don't like look up for the news, so I don't know. The time passes and every time they drop new Pokemon games, so I don't I don't even relate them to... I mean, I don't even link them to their generation anymore. For example, which are the names of the... I mean, they are dropping the generation number 10, like right now. Which are the names of the game? No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not excited for these starters. I don't really care actually. Oh yeah, they're dropping the Pokemon Z. Yeah. Alright. That's true. By the way, I still have to understand why people went crazy about the Sidwai when they dropped the design. It is cool, but I mean, people were like obsessed with it. Incineroar is 10,000 times better, in my honest opinion, of course. I think that the worst shinies, not shinies, the worst starters that I've ever seen, the worst trio is the one with like Scorbunny. I only know the name of Scorbunny, I don't know the other ones. Also, is the water one named Primarina or stuff like that. By the way, I'm referring to that one, it is the worst ever in my opinion. I don't even know the name they belong to, the game. My brain is not working anymore. The game they belong to. It's not that I don't remember. I don't know, actually. I never knew. Wasn't it Violet? I don't know. The time should be that one, so. Oh. And alright. Yeah, guys, I told you. Every time they drop like new things, I cared that few that I read the info and I delete that shit from my mind, literally. And then when I hear about the new release, the year after I do the same. But right now the generations are so many actually, so yeah, alright, I got confused. Yeah, so Primarina was with Incineroar and the Sidwai. This should be correct. By the way, I think that the one with Scorbunny is the worst ever, actually. They look awful. All of them. There is... I don't wanna like fail another thing, but there is... the grass type is a sort of like gorilla, a sort of like monkey. I don't know how to... It's a freaking primate, alright? That one is the only one that looks like decently, but I don't know, it doesn't seem a Pokemon to me. I don't know what it is, but not a Pokemon. And which are the starters from the new generation, the generation number 10? Oh, Cinderance. Once I knew it. I remember of that name actually. But I never heard the other ones. Yeah, I know, but didn't they start dropping the news about it? I thought that they already said something about the starters. My bad. Are you guys gonna play those games? The new games? The one from Generation 10 when they will come up? Or not? I mean, it's not obvious. I will not. Palworld should be the one with the Pokemons with the guns, correct? I've read a few things about it. I mean, I know nothing about it, but I know about the concept. It should be that. Is there a chance you will go back hunting in the newest games when they will come up? Or not, Lux? By the way, I'm pronouncing your name Lux, even if it should be pronounced Lux, but I'm too used to say Lux. And every time I read your name in the Discord server, in my mind I was reading Lux, not Lux, so... 600 hours are a ton. By the way, are there shinies in the pole world in that game? I mean, if there are shinies, I mean, they literally copied everything. It is incredible, actually. How were they even able to drop such a copied game? Yeah, I've also seen in the past when I joined the Discord server, I've seen a couple of the videos made by Duck, and I remember like I don't remember the shiny that he has found, but in a video he was screaming Lux or stuff like that, and I will never forget it. It was super funny, actually. Are you joking about it, or is that serious? The last thing you wrote, Lux. Because if that's true, I didn't know it. When will you be unbanned from the Discord server? Do you know it already? Senza ananas. Without pineapple, guys. But feel free to eat it in every, like, I mean, with whatever you want. I won't judge you. I don't care. But I personally eat it without it. By the way, I better speed up because I already broke my schedule. I should have stopped like 2 minutes ago. I'm going to bed too later these last days. I hunted for Wismur. I mean, I found it in December. You didn't complete the question. I found 7 shinies before finding Wismur. I found it after 80 Ks total, counting 3 Diros, 2 Miltanks, 1 Farfetch'd, 1 Fearow, and then I found Wismur. That was the last phase, of course, because it was my target, and I found it after 30 Ks without finding any shiny. The last phase was super long, and it was also a super recent one, because I found it like at the end of December. So I almost broke the record back to back, because my previous record was the Alga with 23 Ks, if I remember correctly, that I single hunted for. And it was, I mean, it has been pretty slow actually by single hunting for it, 23 Ks. And then that record got destroyed by the Wismur, that got destroyed again by Latios. And it is still getting destroyed by Latios. Yeah, I've not been super lucky in the in the past months, but I consider myself lucky about the fact that I've been able to find Wismur before the end of 2023, so that I could put that Wismur reaction in the compilation, because it meant so much for me to be able to end that super wonderful year with my target. It meant so much actually. And I found it like in the 20th, December the 20th actually. It was super, I mean, we were super close. Also because in the 27th was the last day I would have been hunting in 2023, just because I had to, stop hunting just because I had to edit the compilation, and I wanted to drop the compilation after at least 4 days from the previous video. Didn't want to drop videos back to back, so if I found another shiny like the 28th of December, I would have dropped that video on the 29th and the compilation just 2 days after, and I don't like doing so I got super lucky actually. I mean, not super lucky, but at least I found it. Let's put it that way. I was so glad. I was so glad of that. No, I didn't reach that number yet. But I'm gonna do other... I mean, I'm gonna reach 302 soft resets as always. To trick the game, but the only person that is gonna be tricked is me actually. Because I'm still not getting the Latios. Let's see, in these very last encounters. It would be, as always, it would be awful if I was finding it right now, because it would mean that I'm sleeping like 5 hours this night. And it would be destroying. Yeah, I'm there, but I'm not gonna reach that number tonight. I don't wanna like sacrifice my sleep. I used to do so too much back in the day. Now I really got how important that thing is and don't wanna sacrifice it. By the way, this is the last encounter. Let's do it like synchronized and let's see if we're clutching it. Let me get to Tentacool. There we go. Let's see. As always. By the way, guys, that's it for this stream. Thank you so much for being in my company. I enjoyed it so much, as always. I will be on stream tomorrow. And yeah, so see ya tomorrow if you will be able to get on stream. And yeah, thank you so much for being in my company again, and see ya.